There are good things and there are bad things about being a bank fisherman. The good thing is how little preparation it takes to go fishing. You don't have a boat to clean. You don't have a boat to get ready. You just hop in your truck, grab your poles, and you're done. One of the bad things about being a bank fisherman is never knowing for sure if you're going to be able to fish the place you pick out to go. So I thought I'd make this video with some tips for bank fishing at ponds that are new. So my first tip is to throw baits you have confidence in. I'm throwing a spinner and I have a little 4-inch yum dinger stick worm. Those are my two confidence baits. The reason why that's my first tip is that you're going to be more patient with those baits. A lot of times it just takes time. And also I like to start with spinnerbait because it's a moving bait and I can cover water. Also, to me, the spinner has an advantage in a pond over a lipless crank, which is a really good search bait because since the spinner's hook is on top and it doesn't travel those trebles, when you don't know what the depth of the water is, the spinner's going to catch less crap. So my second tip is be patient, but don't be crazy. If you've stood somewhere and made several casts with both your confidence baits and you haven't even seen a fish respond, there's a pretty good chance there aren't any there. You know, fish aren't everywhere. Really wish I'd worn my boots. So the good thing about having two confidence baits rigged up, the worm and the spinner, is you can just alternate back and forth. Move up and down the sides where you can fish and just alternate back and forth between the two. And so my third piece of advice is to fish just like normal, and even if you're in a boat, is to fish structure and cover. Oh, didn't know I had that one. Maybe my fourth piece of advice should be pay attention. You never know where they are. It's probably great advice. There we go. Well, that is a little fish. Hold on there, pal. Hold on. Now, what did you do with my worm, dude? I had that little dude throat hooked pretty good, but I got it out. And he's not bleeding, so. Okay, so my next piece of pond fishing advice, bank fishing advice, is to bend the barb down. I do this on all my worm hooks, which you can do easily with your pliers. Just bend that barb down. I'm going to tell you why. The little fish I caught right there was so small that I didn't feel it. And while I'm not feeling it, he's trying to eat that worm and got it stuck down in his throat. He was so small that it was hard for me to get it out. It was really hard to get it out. That would have been a lot harder with a barb now. You are going to lose fish if you bend the barb down. But you're also going to kill fewer fish. And in a pond where you haven't any idea how big the fish are, and that somebody, city or a neighborhood or your state, has been nice enough to stock so you can go fishing, I think you have a responsibility to try to keep that fish population alive and healthy. If that means a couple get away, that means a couple get away. It's better than killing a couple because you can't get the hook out because of the barb. Next piece of advice, and this again is something that probably goes for fishing in any circumstance, but I think for pond fishing it matters a lot. And that's this. If you think it's a fish, set the hook. Nobody counts misses. That might be a little better. A bit. It's a little better fish. Again, like I said, that is not a huge fish, but it was fun to catch. Just be satisfied with what you can catch. So my next piece of advice about pond fishing, bank fishing, is to fish park ponds more than neighborhood ponds. Neighborhood ponds are all about fountains and looking pretty when people look out their windows, and they're fishing there, and sometimes they're really good fishing there. Sometimes better than in public ponds because people fish the public ponds more, but the public ponds usually have more natural habitat. What always amuses me about people fishing, if I came out here and was fishing for bluegills, and I caught a bunch of little bluegills, I'd think I had a good day, right? Well, both the bass I've caught are bigger than most bluegills. If I come out here and I catch a bunch of small bass like that, people call them dinks. Well, I still caught them. They're still fish. And I don't know why a dink bass isn't as good as a big bluegill. So I said when I started this page, I wanted to use it as an opportunity to learn. So please, feel free. If you think my tips are the opposite or not exactly right, let me know. If you think there's something else I should be doing, let me know. I want to learn from you all too.